I convinced my family I'm deaf when I can hear perfectly. I was standing at my sister Lovely's wedding reception when she grabbed the microphone and announced to everyone, and now, my amazing brother will give his best man speech. 200 faces turned toward me. My throat closed. I hadn't prepared anything because she knew I would have said no, but said I was required to 10 minutes ago. I was unprepared. Come on! Mom pushed me toward the stage. My hands went numb. In high school, I fainted giving a book report to 15 people. This was 200. Family members I hadn't seen in years. Jake's entire conservative Baptist family who already thought our family was weird. My ex sitting at table 15. The champagne glass slipped from my sweaty hand and shattered. Perfect. I grabbed my ears, wincing. I started shaking my head frantically, and without thinking, mouthed, "I can't hear anything," with exaggerated panic. "What's wrong?" Mom screamed directly into my ear. I kept shaking my head, pointing at my ears. Dr. Cousin Brian rushed over, checked my ears with his phone flashlight. Could be sudden sensorineural hearing loss, stress-induced. He needs a hospital. This may have been the dumbest thing I've ever done, but sometimes the worst lies reveal the worst truths. The first 3 months were almost fun. I learned Dad was gambling again. Mom whispered it to her sister while I sat right there. Lovely was pregnant, but hadn't told her husband yet. Normal family drama I'd never have known if I could hear. I was planning on coming clean about the truth since everyone else had secrets, but then came Thanksgiving. Uncle Howard was drunk in the kitchen, arguing with his wife Linda while I washed dishes 2 feet away. "You need to stop drinking when his parents are around," she hissed. "Why?" Howard laughed bitterly. "You scared I'll end up admitting what I should have 19 years ago?" My hands stopped moving. "You need to let go of that guilt," Linda said. "You were just a kid yourself. 16's old enough to know you shouldn't drive drunk, old enough to know you should stop when you hit someone." He took another swig, but he saw me take Dad's car earlier. He would have snitched. I immediately thought of my older brother Jordan, the kid who gave his lunch money to classmates who couldn't afford food, who taught me to ride a bike when Dad was too busy. He died when I was 6. Hit and run walking home from baseball practice. They never found the driver. My phone was in my pocket. I hit record, so I made sure he couldn't. Backed up, made it look like he got dragged. Linda slapped him. "Stop talking about it." They left. I stood there, hands in cold dishwater, shaking. I started visiting Uncle Howard more, showing up at his house for family time, sitting quietly while he drank. He talked more when drunk. In December, he told Linda about keeping the dented bumper in his storage unit. It was a reminder to stay sober. January, about how the cops never checked Dad's car because Howard had reported it stolen the next morning, then found it abandoned. I found the storage unit key in his garage. I took pictures of the bumper, still with dark stains. Found the original police report in his filing cabinet. He'd kept it like a trophy. The investigating officer's notes said Jordan had been hit twice, unusual for an accident. By February, I had 8 recordings. Howard describing how Jordan had called him creepy Uncle Howard for watching my sister's friends at the pool. How Jordan threatened to tell their dad about Howard stealing from the family business. How hitting him solved 2 problems. That night I made copies of everything. The recordings, the photos, the report. But I couldn't just turn him in. Everyone would know I'd been faking. My family would hate me for lying to them for months. I anonymously mailed everything to the local police station. Easter Sunday, the whole family was there at his house when the cops knocked. Howard opened the door with a beer in his hand. Linda appeared behind him, saw the police, and her hand flew to her mouth. She started crying before they said a word. "What's this about?" Dad asked. They asked for Howard Miller about a 1999 hit and run. The detective played Howard's recording on his phone. Howard's drunk voice filled the room, backed up, made it look like he got dragged. Mom collapsed. The room exploded. The detective kept talking. Evidence, storage unit, murder charges. Howard went white, scanning the room. His eyes locked on me. "It was you! You can hear!" Everyone turned. I stood up, pulled out my phone, and played another recording. Howard describing Jordan's final moments. Howard laughing about getting away with murder. "Yes," I said. "I can hear. I've always been able to hear." Mom was sobbing. Dad looked between me and Howard. Lovely grabbed my hand. The cops cuffed Howard. He screamed about me being a liar, a fake, but nobody cared. The stress from this situation actually damaged my hearing. I'm deaf now.